Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back. For those of you that are new here, my name is Ashley Diane. I'm a 39-year-old mother of two, full-time teacher, and competitive bodybuilder with the Canadian Physique Alliance. Today is Saturday, January 24th, and it marks 11 weeks out from my first Fit Model competition. I did my check-ins this morning and submitted them to my amazing coach, Erin, by the way. And funny enough, if you watched last week's episode, I started it off saying I was kind of feeling a bit down and discouraged, didn't like how I looked, blah, blah, blah. Well, funny enough, my weight is up today. I was 130.2, so I'm up 1.2 pounds today versus last week, and I actually like how I look. Crazy. Doing my check-ins, I like my muscles. I feel like I look more full, like my muscles look full and not depleted. My waist still looks tiny. And yeah, isn't that funny? Like, as a female, so often we are so fixated on the scale and that number and wanting the number to be as small as possible. And here I was last week having a little pity party that, whatever. And now I'm up and I like how I look. So bodybuilding is such a mind whatever. Like, it's really mental, and that's how that goes. But yeah, I feel pretty good today. If I'm 100% honest, last week was not my best week prep-wise. I truthfully feel like I did not give it my best effort, if I'm being honest. I started at the new gym, which I love, but I didn't follow my old training program. I was awaiting a newer training program, so I just kind of dicked around a bit at the gym. The one weekday I did go to the gym, I showed up later because I had to go and pick up stuff for our home renovation. So my workout was shorter, didn't put in as much effort. Well, it was a decent workout, but it was shorter. So not as much exercises and reps as I would have normally done. I didn't do any cardio this week. Where, in all fairness, last Friday I did a spin class, and my coach Erin had said if I did spin, no cardio for the rest of the week because I don't need to get much leaner. But yeah, I didn't do cardio. My workouts were like womp womp. I didn't train abs. My new gym does not yet have a decline bench for decline sit-ups. I mentioned it to them. They are going to order one, so I am going to get back on abs. I also did not practice posing once this week. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible. So yeah, if I'm being truthful, it was a week that literally in the grand scheme of prep, I did not get better this week versus last week. I just coasted, which again is the plan, to just coast, but I definitely could have done better, and I am going to do better. So it's a new day. It's starting a new week. Today I am not going to the gym. I am working at the restaurant for 8 hours today. Normally, I do not work that long of a shift, but my boss asked me to work lunch until dinner. Totally fine. So I am off to town. I'm going to get my nails done. I'm going to go to the fireplace store. Again, if you follow last week, I'm starting a new exciting home renovation by redoing my fireplace. I need to go and put some more money on the fireplace I purchased. My debit card only lets me pay up to $2,500 a day. So my fireplace is a lot of money. So this is my second $2,500 installment. So I want to do that today. And then I'm just going to be at work. But I am going to promise myself that this week I am going to give it my all, have the prep mentality. If this prep isn't about grinding and seeing the scale drop and getting as lean as possible, but I want to be really intentional with my workouts. Erin gave me a new training program, which I'm super excited for. For the next 4 weeks, each week has a different focus in terms of rep range, tempo, intensity, all of that stuff. And the whole focus really is glutes and hamstrings and those tie-ins. So I'm going to be very intentional with my workouts. I am going to do all my cardio 3 days a week, she said. I'm going to be good with my meals. I am allowed my cheat meals, but I'm going to keep that in moderation, and I'm going to practice posing. So this week, you're going to hold me accountable. It's going to be a much better week, and I will be taking you along. But anyways, I need to get to my nail appointment. Thought I'd fill you in, and I'll catch you in the next clip. Hi YouTube. Today is Sunday, January 25th. Last I left off, I went to town. I got my nails done, just something neutral, put another deposit on my fireplace, and then I worked for 8.5 hours. It was very, very busy at the restaurant. Actually, the busiest it's ever been since I've been there. I had over 11,000 steps just from work alone. And afterwards, I went to the gym after 9 p.m. just to get in my cardio. Yesterday, Erin told me she wants me to get back onto cardio 3 days a week, 20 minutes. And as I said earlier in my clip, this week, I am going to honor those commitments to myself. I'm going to show up, get my cardio, do my posing, workouts, all that stuff. So did that last night. And then this morning I was up early to make it back to the gym for 8:15 for a reformer Pilates class. I really enjoyed the class. It was a lot harder than last week's class, a different instructor, but a lot more strength and harder resistance, especially upper body. I may look like I'm strong, but I'm really not. So it was tough. And we'll see. I almost think like what I was doing in reformer Pilates might actually be enough, and I don't actually have to lift weights for upper body every 2 weeks. We'll see what Erin thinks, because I still have a good amount of muscle, and we're definitely not trying to build, more just kind of do a light lift, lightweight, just to keep the blood flowing. But I got that today. So I think my upper body will actually be sore tomorrow because of that. Afterwards, I did my core exercises, which I do once a week. And then I got in another 20 minutes of cardio. So the week just started technically because check-ins are Saturday. So Saturday to Saturday. And in that time, I've done 2 out of my 3 cardio sessions. So that's a win. So I'm done at the gym this morning and I'm heading home to get ready to come back to the gym. So as I have said, my gym, Club 38, is brand new. It's only been open for 2 weeks, I believe now. And they are shooting a video promo this afternoon in the gym and asked me to be a part of it. So their prior video promos just show the gym and the space, but they don't have any videos where there's people working out in this space. And now that they're open, they want people to realize, people come check us out. So they've asked me to come back, and I'm going to wear all black and just work out. I'm going to do my regular workout program. There may be times that they ask me to, use certain pieces of equipment or whatever. I'm open to that, but I do have my new training program from Aaron today, and I'm so excited to implement that and get it going. But since it's a video promo, I'm going to attempt something I've never done before, and I'm going to try to do my hair, my extensions, and curl them. So when I priced out the cost for my 2 competitions coming up, the 2 shows are going to run me close to $3,000, which is a lot of money. And anywhere I could save a little bit of money, I want to try. And one of the ways I could save $165 per show is if I learn how to do my hair. So I have been able to put in my extensions and straighten my hair when I do a photo shoot, but I really like the look of curls for stage. So I'm going to try to practice. I bought both a curling iron and a curling wand. So I'm going to try that today. Since I have time. I'm not going to practice doing my hair all the time. I'm definitely not going to do it before work and show up at school with extensions curled in my hair, because teaching 7 and 8-year-olds, they would call me out on it. And yeah, it would be funny. I couldn't even imagine what they would say, but I wouldn't look like myself, and they'd be like, Miss H, what did you do to yourself? And yeah, not doing that. But for something like today, when they're doing a video promo, I don't necessarily need to have hair extensions. I don't think they care. But as I don't have to be back for 3 hours, I have the time. So why not play around with it? It's the only way I'm going to get better at doing my hair. So I will take you along. Hopefully it goes well. I also did tell the girls at the front desk of the gym that I was going home and I'm going to attempt my hair extensions. So no pressure. People are definitely expecting it to look good. I hope it looks good, but we'll see. Oh, the other thing, I live in Ontario, Canada, winter coat. Yesterday on Saturday was supposedly the coldest place in the world. Ontario was the coldest place in the world that day. And my sister, who lives in Saskatchewan, she actually had warmer temperature than we did yesterday, which is so crazy. The funniest thing though, she only had it 2 degrees more warm. Like here where I live yesterday morning said -33, and where she lived said -31, plus wind chill and whatever. But in Ontario, -33 was extreme cold weather alert. In Saskatchewan, -31 said nothing. So for her, it's the normal weather, but it just makes me laugh. It definitely is a frigid weekend, and that's why I have my coat. I don't normally like to wear it, as I don't like driving with a coat. It's so bulky, but I am not going to chance it with this weather. But enough of me chatting. I am on my way home, and I'm going to attempt to look good with some extensions. So I will take you along. So this is kind of the finished product. It doesn't look as good as I thought it would, but yeah, definitely something I need to practice with. From a distance, it kind of looks okay. There's a little bit of curl, but then from the back, I don't think it is like the absolute best, but I don't know. At least the gym is kind of on the darker side, so if it looks really bad, I will just put it up and pin it. But yeah, it's kind of how it looks. Just trying to do something a little different, but we'll see. I still have like 2.5 months to kind of master this. We'll see.
Here's a fireplace update. The other day, my boyfriend took down the old stone and mantle, and he also started to frame in our new fireplace. So I'm pretty excited. At the bottom, we have our hearth, and our fireplace will come up to about this bottom line of the wood, mantle up here, TV up top. We're going to do floor to ceiling stone. On either side, we're going to put in built-ins, which we've already constructed one over here. They match our existing pantry. We're thinking to paint this wall a different color just so that it's not too dark with the brick. I like the bottom color, but I think it's on the darker side. Here's the brick we're choosing, that mixed with a little bit of white brick, but I think it will come along really nice. It will be something to enjoy while sitting in the living room. It's not too far from our pantry, which is our project from last summer. So I think the two of them in this small space will look stunning, and I just can't wait.
Hi YouTube and welcome back. It is Thursday, January the 29th. Last I left off was the weekend at the gym. I did a little workout photo shoot. I didn't actually film myself, but there was like a few little takes that the videographer asked us to stand at certain places. You've used different machines and then she filmed it. Unfortunately, I don't have the video yet of this little promotion for the gym. Once I do, I definitely will share it. However, maybe it's been a month ago, that I did a photo shoot. I have those pictures, so I will post some of those there. There is more coming. I think I maybe had like 5, 6 outfit changes. So this was like 2 of them. So just shared those with you. And just a couple other updates. I did start my vlog this week saying that I wanted to be more consistent with prep and hit all my check boxes. And just to let you know, I did do all of that. So I got in all 3 cardio sessions. I got really lucky on Monday because it ended up being a snow day with schools closed, which means I did not have to go to work. And I think the storm that they were predicting was worse further south. And I am in the furthest north of my school board, so I was off of work and I went to the gym for another session of Pilates. And I also did my cardio. By the way, I love Pilates, but seeing how I do not train my upper body, Pilates is sore on my shoulders. So 2 days of Pilates was more than enough. I was definitely sore the days after. But on the flip side, whenever we do Pilates where it's lower body dominant, I'm doing fine. The other girls beside me will make funny faces because, it's painful and they're struggling. Where I think because I train lower body so much, my lower body's strong and I'm good. But the 2 days of upper body, that was quite a bit. So seeing how it's Thursday, I have a PA day tomorrow. My kids also have a PA day. So they are going to their dad's tonight. And I am going to try hot yoga tonight, which I'm excited for. And just a couple other updates. I did do a posing yesterday. So I practiced my posing. And I also did vacuums this morning. So I would say overall, I feel I had a good prep week. I got in all my training sessions. Love my new training program from Erin. So this week's focus is less reps, so only 5 to 8 reps. So heavier weight, slower tempo, and like perfect form. And I have definitely been feeling it in my hamstrings. So hoping it will do what it needs to do to bring in those tie-ins. But yeah, I've done that. I've done my cardio. I did my posing and that's about that. So I'm going to wrap up this video. I may show a little bit of my yoga tonight, but other than that, I am going to wrap it up and I'll pick up the camera when we are 10 weeks out. So very close to those single digits, but I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching. By the way, please like and subscribe if you don't already, and I'll catch you next week.